Hi everybody, Patrick here. This will be the last play video of the Long Hours Till Dawn before the campaign ends. The campaign ends in about 20 hours. I've added in, I'm playing it in the daytime. There might be some noise outside. I've closed the windows, but I hope you'll bear with me. I've added in a randomizer mode, which randomizes the locations of certain searchable items. I'm probably going to add to that, but right now during the main menu, if you press drop, it'll set you into randomizer mode. If you press it again, it'll go to normal mode, which places the items in their default locations. So in the main menu, if I press move cycle, I can adjust difficulty from normal to hard mode, back to normal mode. If I press search, I can go into child-friendly mode or adult mode. It starts in child-friendly mode by default. In adult mode, there's a few other random sound bites from the players from zombie movies and zombie games that have a little bit of slight language in them. It's not terrible language, but it's, there's a few sound bites that I wouldn't necessarily want my kids to hear. So it defaults to child-friendly mode. It only edits out about 6 or 7 sound bites. But if you place into adult mode during main menu, just press the search button and it'll place you into adult mode. And yeah, so drop randomizers here. And I'm going to play the game for a bit. If I see anything, if I come across anything that I don't want you to see, I'm going to edit it out of the video and I'll make note of it because I don't want to give away too much. Part of the reason I've been so secretive about a lot of the items in this game and a lot of the interactions is because I don't want to give anything away. This is a game of discovery, just like Echo of the Predator. So without further ado, I'm going to play for 15 minutes and see how well I do. Keeping in mind that this game takes place over a 12-hour period, 12 hours in-game, and every time it starts at 6 p.m. we have to survive until 6 a.m. when the military arrives. And you want to keep the first floor entry points, there's 8 of them, here, 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 and here. And you want to keep those from all being compromised. If they are compromised, the zombies become more aggressive. So you'll want to keep this area as safe as you can for the longest you can before you kind of you'll build your own strategies. But typically, how I like to play it is I like to send my scavenger, Corporal Rogers, out to find things. And I like to keep Barbara and Rhodes on the main floor. And nearing the end of the game, when the zombies become more aggressive and they become and you start running out of ammo, if you're not searching enough, you're going to want to start getting around to the second and third floor, start barricading your way back there. You also don't want to camp if the main floor is compromised, because then your fear goes up, and when your fear goes up, your accuracy tends to go down. So lots to talk about. The manual will be comprehensive, and I'm just going to plug it in. I'm going to have a go. And I want to make one more thing, is you're not going to be able to, this isn't the greatest view, and I apologize for that. I'm going to be trying to reach in and make my decisions from the right-hand side, so I'm hoping that it doesn't mess around the orientation of the board too much. But bear with me, and thanks for your patience.
Main menu.
So I showed off the main menu yesterday. I'm not going to bother with it. I've also edited out, I've commented out the intro, because you've all seen the intro so many times. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to start the game and it's going to just start my playthrough. So I'll press skip back to start the game.
The long hours till dawn. Rhodes, watch your 6.
So as you can see, these white LEDs are the entry points. You probably can't see the blinking because my camera's terrible. I usually use my wife's phone for this because her phone camera could pick up the blinking, whereas my autofocus is toast. So right now, this LED is blinking. I don't know if you can hear it, or see it rather. It's Rhodes' turn. Rhodes has 3 turns. If you search, you end your turn unless you're the scavenger. We'll get to that in a minute. So Rhodes has more ammo and better accuracy than the rest of the characters. He's essentially the warrior of the bunch. So you'll want to end most of your turns with a search, because you can find building materials and ammo, and you can drop it at any point for someone else to pick up. If you die, a backpack will be dropped, and you can pick it up. So I'm just going to play very casually, and I'm going to distribute my characters. So I've got Rhodes, I believe Barbara, and Rogers here. I'm probably going to send Rogers out to kind of scavenge around a bit, look for some materials. But I'm going to want to distribute myself a bit, so I'm going to start making my way up to the living room. So I'm going to say move, and I can move right. In this room, there's two left options, an up option and a right option. If I want to go in one of the left options, I'm going to have to press cycle. Move, and then cycle. And then I can press and tap this to cycle through the rooms. And I'm going to choose up, and I'm going to press and hold to go into the parlor. I'm going to go one more step, and I'm not going to end on the search, but I'm going to make it to the living room. So I'm going to press move and up. There's only one option, so I can just press up.
Barbara, what is your next course of action?
So Barbara's here. It's blinking. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. I won't keep mentioning that, but I'll point to where the characters are. Okay, so she's pretty central. I'm going to move her to the main hall on the first floor right here because it's a very central area that has access to many nearby rooms. So I'm going to move her to the right, and I'm going to end my turn with a search.
Barbara is searching the room.
I found some shelves. Building materials here.
Rogers, watch your 6.
So if the character says found some shells or found some building materials, that's been added. Some shells that were found and materials were added to your inventory. You can search a room more than once. There is a finite amount of resources in every room, but you can search them more than once. The more you search, the more you'll find. If a room doesn't have anything left in it, including special items, it will tell you there's nothing to find. So now it's Roger's turn. Rogers has 4 turns. He has 4 moves, whereas the other characters have 2. So he's a great scavenger. So I'm going to send him downstairs. I'm going to say move. I'm going to say right. I'm going to move, cycle, because there's 3 left options here. And I'm just going to cycle through the rooms until I get to the stairs. The stairs are right here. It says go to B1, so it'll bring me right here. And I've got 2 more turns, so I'm going to search. I'm going to go into the bar and lounge. And I'll do a search.
Rogers is searching the room.
I got shells here. Found some building materials.
Now the zombies are breaking in. We have 1 break-in in the billiard room. And now they're moving.
Rhodes, what is your next course of action?
How a move works, if the zombies don't always move. It's a chance-based based on difficulty. If the zombies move, it depends on how many zombies are in a specific room. If there's more than a certain amount of zombies in a specific room, they can basically distribute themselves to adjoining rooms if there's no locked doors. So because the zombies were in the billiard room, there was 3 in here, because when they break in, there are 3 zombies in the room. So because there was 3 zombies here, it passed 1 zombie into the rear hall, and because it's the only adjoining room. So I'm going to keep Rogers here because there's only 1 break-in. I'll let Barbara take care of that. And I'm going to actually just search the room right now. I'm going to search the living room.
Rhodes is searching the room.
Got some building materials here.
Barbara, watch your 6.
Okay, so Barbara's in the main hall. I'm going to go move right. I'll do another move right. So those 2 dings were misses. Barbara has lesser accuracy than Rhodes does, and so she used 3 bullets there to kill 1 zombie. She missed 2 and hit 1. It was kind of unlucky. I'm going to move her again to the right, and I'm going to have to cycle because there's 2 right options.
Send more paramedics.
Rogers, update me.
So what you'll notice is we heard a random quote. The chances of hearing a random quote are low, and there's a list of random quotes for every single character. If you're a fan of Return of the Living Dead, there was one of them right there. Send more paramedics. The game is chock full of stuff like that, references to zombie games and the like. So because that entry point was broken, Barbara automatically used a few pieces of building materials to re-barricade the entry point. And that every character can do that, although only 2 characters start with hammers. If you have a hammer, you can build barricades. If you don't have a hammer, you can't build barricades, and you can't build barricades if you don't have enough building materials. But you can always rebuild an entry point, no matter which character you are. In any case, I've got Rogers here, so I'm gonna search the room once because he has 4 turns. Searching a room takes 2. So I'm going to search the room one more time.
Rogers is searching the room.
I got shells here. Found some building materials.
Nice. So just for the sake of showing the mechanic, I'm going to make my way back to the first floor, and I'm going to drop I'm going to drop some shells for these guys. I'm going to drop all my shells. I'm going to use him strictly as the scavenger character, although you do not have to. He has one extra turn than the rest of them, but searching takes up 2. So I'm going to, instead of searching more around here, I'm going to go back to the main hall. I'm going to go move, and I'm going to go right. The game plays a lot faster once you've played it. I'm just being very detailed in how I explain it. So I'm going to cycle to the stairs to 1F, which will bring me here. And I'll end my turn. Oh, that turn ended, sorry. Now the zombies are moving. All the characters on the first floor. So Barbara was in that room automatically, so she automatically fought the zombies. As long as you have enough ammo, you will fight off the zombies. But run out of ammo and you're toast. That's why you have to keep searching for ammunition and other upgrades. Although I'm going to keep the upgrades hidden. So I'm going to move Rhodes down to the parlor. I'm going to press move and down. And I'll just search the room, because there's no zombie threat right now. Let's just search the room.
Rhodes is searching the room.
Found some shells. Got some building materials here.
Barbara, update me.
So Barbara's here. What do I want to do with Barbara? For right now, I'm just going to search the room and it'll end my turn.
Barbara is searching the room.
I found some shells. Building materials here.
Rogers, what is your next course of action?
So you can see the benefit of searching rooms because you're constantly giving yourself a little bit more ammo and building materials. Now we haven't built any barricades yet because we don't need to. You can do that at any point by pressing the action button, but we're not going to worry about that just right now. I'm going to drop my inventory.
Inventory report. Rogers has 64 shells and 82 pieces of building material. You're dropping your inventory? Press left for yes or right for no.
So this is risky. I'm going to say yes, and I'm immediately going to move back to the basement to get more ammo. I'm going to leave this ammo here for people to grab, especially Barbara, because I'm going to use Barbara on the first floor to keep the zombies out. So I'm going to say yes, or press left for yes.
Press left to drop ammo, up for building materials, right for supplementary supplies, or down for everything.
So for right now, I'm just going to drop my ammo, so I'm going to press left.
Rogers has dropped shells.
So my shells are now in this room, and you'll see how that come into play in just a minute, but I'm going to move downstairs where it's safe. Because I've now got no way to defend myself. If I've got 2 people in that room and one person has ammo, I'm safe. But if I'm by myself and I have no ammo, I'm not safe. So I'm going to move. And I'm going to move to electrical. And I got one more turn, so I'm going to search. Because he is the scavenger. He gets the extra turn.
Rogers is searching the room.
I got shells here. Found some building materials.
Perfect. So now he can defend himself at least a little bit. The zombies are breaking in. We've been very lucky so far. Keep it.
Dropped inventory.
Look for dropped inventory. That soundbite is very quiet.
Time is 1900 hours. Rhodes, update me.
So the time is 1900 hours, which is 7 p.m. You'll notice that it said look for dropped inventory and it blinked right here. That's showing me where all the dropped backpacks are. I need to make that soundbite a little bit louder, but don't worry, that's all going to get processed before the end. So at the beginning of every single turn, it'll say look for dropped inventory. Now every single hour in this game, the zombies have a better chance of breaking in. So we got lucky. We actually had the same door open 3 times in a row. Generally speaking, I think on normal mode you can break up to 2 entry points in the first hour, but it's only broken in 1, and we've had somebody right there to fight them. So I'm going to, I'm not going to do anything with Rhodes right now. He's right here. I'm going to move him I'll move him down. And I'll move him left to the kitchen. I'll cycle, and I'll choose that room, cycle, and I will search.
Rhodes is searching the room.
Found some shells. Got some building materials here.
Perfect.
Barbara, update me.
So now I know there's a backpack here. It shows you at the beginning of every turn, but I know there's a backpack here. I had to pay attention to it, so I knocked the board a little bit. I'm going to move left to pick up a backpack.
Barbara, picked up inventory.
So now if I press inventory report or drop.
inventory report. Barbara has 104 shells and 41 pieces of building material. You're dropping your inventory? Press left for yes or right for no.
So I'm going to say no. I just wanted to hear an inventory report. I've got 101 shells. Now, if I drop less than 15 shells, it will tell me my ammo is low. But I'm going to say no. I want to ignore it. I'm going to say no. Right for no.
Understood.
Now, we're very lucky. Everything is barricaded. We're having a really, really good start to this game. And I'm quite happy about it. I'll move Barbara to the studio by cycling. Studio is here. And I'll end my turn by searching the room.
Barbara is searching the room.
I found some shells. Building materials here.
Rogers, update me.
So Rogers is still safe. I want more ammo, so I'm going to search twice. He's the only character that can search twice in a single turn, which is very helpful, but only if you search without moving.
Rogers is searching the room.
I got shells here.
I'll search one more time.
Rogers is searching the room.
I got shells here.
And now the zombies are breaking in. Well, we lost 2 doors there. Oh, and they're moving. That's not good. We're going to notice a lot more zombie activity now. We're going to have to fight them.
Hawk it!
Rhodes, update me.
So, what happened there was the zombie broke in here, and there was 3 in this room. And when they moved, they distributed themselves. One zombie here, 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 and here. So that's why it only took 1 shot to take the zombie out there. I'm going to move Rhodes down 1 into the dining room. He took out the zombie. And now I'm going to move into the main hall by pressing right, move in right. And it'll rebuild. And I've got 1 more turn, and that's to move up. And I'll take care of the zombie here.
Barbara,
Nice.
update me.
So Barbara's got a ton of shells. I'm going to move her here. And then I'm probably going to move her here and then back here again. So I'll move her out of the room by pressing move left. Take the zombie.
I'm gonna die down here.
Sorry, I interrupted the soundbite there. I'm going to move cycle left to the sitting room. I want to make something clear here. I'm not exploring the rooms. I'm not interacting with them for a reason. I don't want to give away anything. I don't want to search for certain special items either. So I'm going to move back to the main hall, main rear hall, or sorry, the rear hall 1F, which is right here. And press right.
Rogers, you're up.
So if I want to barricade myself in here right now, I can do it. And just for the sake of showing you, I'll press action.
Press left for barricading or right for destroying.
I'll press left to barricade, and because he has a hammer to start with, he can do it. So I can cancel, or I can press move. I can cycle through the rooms that I want to barricade. There's only 1 room that I can access here, so I'll press and hold it to barricade myself in. So if enough zombies are in this room, they can break the barricade. But 1 zombie can't. If there's 3 zombies in there, they can break the barricade, but they won't move. If there's more than 3, they will break and move through. So for the sake of showing you, I will break that barricade by pressing action again.
Press left for barricading or right for destroying.
I'll say right for destroying. And I will choose this one, and I will press and hold move to break that barricade. So I will move left out of the room, and I think I've got only 1 turn left, and I want to stay away from the main hall for right now. I want to get a bit more safe and get more ammo, so I'll set him into the bar and lounge again. By cycling, there we go. That'll end my turn. The zombies are breaking in. So
Rhodes, what is your next course of action?
So because we didn't fix the barricade in the billiard room, we probably should have gone instead of the sitting room to the billiard room, because there was 3 zombies in there as opposed to 1 in the sitting room. But now there's 4 zombies in here because actually there's 6 because we didn't break this. They've broken into this. If you leave a barricade open and the zombies move at the beginning of their turn, any entry point will have whatever zombies are in that room plus 3. So there should be 6 in here right now. I know it's a lot of information. Don't worry. I'll get Rhodes to move down to the main hall to kill the 3 zombies in there right here and rebuild the barricade. So move down. It's a 1 miss in 3 hits. And I'm going to move into the sitting room by cycling. Actually, I didn't need to cycle because there's only one right option. I could have pressed, or one option on the right. I could have just pressed move to right, but I'll use cycle. Doesn't matter. You can always use cycle if you want, but you can do it faster if you use the move commands. So I'm going to search the room and end my turn.
Rhodes is searching the room.
Found some shelves. Got some building materials here.
Barbara, you're up.
Okay, and I'm going to use Barbara to move right. I'll have to cycle because there's 2 right options here. Okay. I'll kill the 6 zombies in there. Lots of ammo.
Blood? Hope this is not Chris's blood.
There's a Resident Evil quote for you. And so now we're safe. However, this video is getting really long. It's at 20 minutes so far. So I'm just trying to think. I kind of want to fast forward a bit, so I'm going to stop the video and get to the, I'll get to the midway point. Or rather, the game is broken down into 3 parts. The first 4 hours, the second 4 hours, and the final 4 hours. So I'm going to stop the video and I'll restart it once I progress a little bit. As you can see, the music's changed. We're in the second third of the game, and we're very lucky. I've been able to keep off the zombies. I've been able to have good luck with searching for I found some special items that have helped me out. I've also found a lot of ammo. Right now, I believe that I have it's Roger's turn. I'm just going to double check that. But with an inventory report, I'm going to drop all of his building materials because he doesn't need them. Because I'm going to send him upstairs to go searching for stuff.
Inventory report. Rogers has 45 shells and 130 pieces of building material. If you're dropping your inventory, press left for yes or right for no.
Press yes.
Press left to drop ammo, up for building materials, right for supplementary supplies, or down for everything.
I'll drop supplementary supplies are all my special items. Or I can drop everything, but I'm going to say building materials. I'm going to leave my building materials in the sitting room, and then I'm going to vacate, because if I drop all my building materials, I won't be able to help with the entry points. I'm going to keep my ammo. He did a great job searching downstairs for ammunition and building materials.
Rogers has dropped building material.
So now I'll move left, and I'll start making my way upstairs. Now Rhodes and Rogers are both in the same room. Move up. And if I have one more turn, I think nope. Now the zombies are breaking in. Nice.
I ain't in no mood to die tonight.
Look for dropped inventory.
Look for dropped inventory, right there.
Rhodes, update me.
So that's where the building materials are. I'm going to give that to Barbara. What did I want to say? So we've been very lucky. Keeping at least 2 people on the first floor for the first part of the game is always a good idea, especially in rooms where there are entry points, common entry points, especially like the main hall and the rear hall. Then you have easy access to nearby rooms where they can break in. And I've been playing this like an expert, which makes sense considering I designed the thing. But yeah, we're into this. We're basically about 40% of the way through the game. We've been very lucky, but don't think that this is a cakewalk, because A, I've been lucky, 2, I know the game pretty much inside and out. I do know it inside and out. And 3, the final part of the game is definitely, without a doubt, the hardest. But I'm good for ammo right now. I'm going to move Rogers upstairs. I'll stop this, and I'll start up again when we're a bit further on. Okay, so it might be hard to figure out what's going on, but it's 1 a.m. currently. We've got until 6 a.m. I think this is Barbara right now. It's her turn. As you can see, zombies are really starting to break in. This is Rhodes, I think. Rhodes has actually run out of building materials, so zombies broke in here. He killed the zombies in the room, but he wasn't able to rebuild the barricade, which is a real danger at this point, because now, every single time the zombies move, 3 will break in there, guaranteed. And if there's already 3 in there, another 3 will pile in, so there'll be 6. So he can't build anymore. So he either needs to get building materials or get over here. Actually, yeah. So I got at least 3 zombies here, at least 3 zombies here, one here, one here. I should mention that the brighter the LED is, and it's hard to tell again with this terrible phone camera, but the brighter the LED is for the zombies, the more zombies are in that room. There's 3 levels of brightness, and I can tell from the brightness, you probably can't, but I can tell there's a lot of zombies here, there's only one here, one here, one here, one here, and one here. Nope, there's 3 there, sorry. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to start bringing everybody to the second floor, and I'm going to start kind of barricading things off, because it's not going to be long before the zombies really start to take over. There comes a point where the zombies really become aggressive, and we're not even in the final third of the game yet. So I will pause and I will continue playing. Okay, so I almost died twice. Rogers almost died, and Barbara is in trouble. She's low on ammo. As you can see, the zombies have moved all the way into the basement. I wouldn't say that the basement is filled with zombies, but there are plenty of rooms with 1 zombie in it and a couple with 3. I'm not going back down there. We're in the last 4 hours of the night. As you can notice, the music has changed. Every 4 hours, Major Cooper will say, he'll give you a pep talk and say, only 4 hours to go, or we're a quarter or a third of the way there, depending on where you are in the night. But the first floor is at a point where I couldn't keep up. I'm running out of building materials. Barbara's still okay for building materials, but Rhodes doesn't. He's still got a fair bit of ammo, and she's okay for ammo. Rogers is up here. He had been scavenging and dropping stuff. He's got a fair bit of building materials, which we'll be using for barricading on the second and third floor, but we're getting to a point where we need to vacate the first floor, because every single time the zombies move, they break more barricades, especially as the night hours go on. At the beginning of the night, they'll break 1 or 2, and maybe 2 or 3 a little bit later, and maybe up to 4 a little bit later than that. There's a minimum and maximum for every hour, and the chances of the zombies moving after they break in gets higher as well. So that's why in a very short period of time, the first floor in the basement kind of got packed with zombies. And eventually you pick the first floor in the basement clean of ammo and building materials. And so now we've kind of left upstairs alone, which is great, so we can pick it apart. Rogers has been in the right quadrant of the, the right half of the second floor, mucking around, grabbing some stuff, which is great. But now he started to barricade the entry point to the second floor, and we're going to make our way up to the second floor. We'll see if I can beat the game. Now, I think I'm going to beat the game. Again, I'm pretty good, and I've had some close calls. I'm not going to say everyone's going to survive. If it does, I got very lucky in the beginning of the game. If you find that this game, I still have some tuning to do, so I'll probably play a few more times, and then as I do, I'll make difficulty changes and tune them. But yeah, I'm having a great time with this. I hope you're following along. I know it's really difficult to see stuff. By the way, the green LEDs are locked areas I can't get into. I know that it's very difficult to see the LEDs, and I apologize for that. Hopefully you're kind of following along with what I'm saying. I'm going to move everybody upstairs. I'm going to start kind of barricading myself and searching for ammo on the second and third floor. Okay, so Barbara's going to move upstairs. There's one area not compromised on the first floor, so that's good, because as soon as the first floor becomes compromised, things start to hit the fan. I'm really going to have to rely on barricades and ammo. So I'm going to move Barbara up the stairs to here, on the second floor. It's 2F. And as you can see, I've been busy barricading these doors. So I'm going to move her cycle. There's only 2 cycle options because of the barricades. I'm going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cancel that cycle by pressing back. If you press back skip and you're not in the middle of an action selection, you will skip your turn. So if you are in a move, you can skip back though. So I'm going to action right.
Press left for barricading or right for destroying.
And I'm going to barricade, and I'm going to barricade the stairs. And what that'll show is a barricade here and here, showing that these are the same stairs. So I'm going to select that.
Rogers, what is your next course of action?
So if this barricade is broken, then the stairs break at both locations. That goes for all sets of stairs. So here and here, here and here, and here and here. Okay, so I'm going to start moving people to the third floor. Right to the third floor, and I'll do a search.
Rogers is searching the room.
I got shelves here. Found some building materials.
And I will search again, just to empty that room out.
Rogers is searching the room.
I got shelves here. Found some building materials.
Okay. So there's enough zombies in there
Update me.
to break the barricade. So I'm going to... That's Rhodes. Rhodes has no building materials left, so I'm going to move him to the 3rd floor. He's over here. Both of Rogers and Rhodes are in the same room. I'll have him search.
Rhodes is searching the room.
Things are
Found
looking...
some shelves.
Barbara, watch your 6.
Things have been pretty good for me. So I'm going to move Barbara in here. I'm going to start to barricade. Now, barricades won't hold long against zombies, so they're a little bit of a help. I'm going to press right to barricade.
Press left for barricade.
I'm going to barricade this
or
last
right to
door in.
destroy.
Most of the 2nd floor is barricaded as soon as I say yes. So I can barricade this door or this door. I'm going to cycle to the other door, and I'm going to press and hold. And I'll move Barbara to the 3rd floor. Now everyone's on the 3rd floor.
Update me.
We're all in the sunroom. And I'm going to use Rogers to
Press
barricade
left for barricading or right for destroying.
the 2nd floor. Or the stairs. So here and here will be barricaded. Alright, I'll move things along a little bit.
The time is 0300 hours. Rhodes, update me.
So 0300 hours. We have 3 hours to go. 1st floor is completely compromised. I forgot to show you. You actually get an indicator showing you when the 1st floor is compromised. I'll skip some turns because I'm relatively safe for now. But the zombies will break through these barricades very quickly. These are all attached to the same room, so they can break all those barricades at the same time. I'm just going to skip.
Barbara, what is your next course of action?
I feel like I'm pretty safe right now, so I'm going to skip
Rogers, watch your 6.
just to show you. That means that the 1st floor is compromised, and when the 1st floor is compromised, the zombies will always move.
Rhodes.
And they've broken all 3 barricades because there's a bunch of zombies in this room. So now I'll move my players around, but it won't take long for the zombies to get to the 3rd floor. We got 2 hours left. The 1st floor is compromised, which is the most important floor. The basement's full of zombies. Couldn't get down there if we tried to. We would die. 2nd floor has been more or less compromised. This whole section of the 2nd floor doesn't matter because we have to enter in through here where all the zombies are. They've broken all of my barricades, and I've got at least 1 zombie in the sunroom right now. So when the 1st floor is compromised, the game wants you to move around and search for things. If you don't, it considers that it basically says you're freaked out, and you start to act wonky. I won't tell you how, but it's a good game mechanic where if the 1st floor is compromised, all sorts of bad things happen. But you get to a point where you have no choice. You basically have to evacuate to the 3rd floor. So I'm going to keep moving around and searching for items, and I'll show you when we get to 5 a.m. 1 hour to go. If you don't want to see the main ending, this isn't the main ending. This is the ending that you get if 1 or more people survive. But if I'm going to show it, skip now if you don't want to see it. It's not giving away a whole heck of a lot. The military comes as expected, 6 a.m. But right now, everyone's in okay shape except for Rogers. He's got nothing, so he basically needs to stick behind. I'm using everyone else to move around, and the 1st floor is completely compromised. The whole house is completely filled with zombies. Every floor, we are isolated to the 3rd floor right now, and you can play it differently, so you don't need to do that. But I'm going to continue to barricade and fight off the zombies here as best I can until they run out of ammo or 6 a.m. rolls around.
Barbara, you're low on ammo.
Okay, so Barbara's low on ammo.
Hope this is not Chris's blood.
I'm going to get back into the sunroom. gonna try to move left. Oh, I was dumb.
Rogers, watch your 6.
Okay, that's not good. So Rogers, he can't do a whole lot because he's out of everything. So I'm going to skip his turn. First floor is compromised. That's your reminder. And the zombies move because the first floor is compromised. Okay, so Barbara died, and there was a mechanic I didn't want you to see. So now we're just. Rhodes has nothing left. I'm gonna get him over to. He's got no ammo left. I'm going to skip his turn, and we're gonna basically cower in the corner. I think Rogers has enough to barricade.
Rogers, watch your 6.
Okay, so I'm gonna barricade by pressing action.
Press left for barricade.
I made a stupid move.
Right for destroying.
So I'm kind of in a corner now. I think I can make it, but Barbara's dead, and I'm really. I'm glad I stopped it because there's a mechanic that I didn't want to show you. But now that we've barricaded, I'm just gonna skip. We're so close to the end of the game here. I'm gonna zoom back out and see if I can capture the ending.
Look for dropped inventory.
So Barbara,
watch your 6.
Barbara died in the sunroom. Keep in mind that one of the endings will be here. There are 5 endings, so this is no big deal for you to see it.
Rogers,
but feel free to skip it if you don't want to. Feel free if you want to not watch.
Look for dropped inventory. The time is 0.
Here we go.
100 hours. We've done it. The 4th Tactical Squadron has arrived. We're saved. We're saved.
We missed game over, and of course not everybody survived, so we didn't get that little congratulations at the end. My camera cut out because I'm at like my max recording time. There's like no memory left on this phone, so I had to delete some stuff. Terrible time for it to cut out, but anyway. So not everyone survived. We did make it by the skin of our teeth, and the idea obviously is to get everyone to survive if you can, or find all the alternate endings. The alternate endings are really worth a laugh. They're really, really awesome. I had so much fun with it. But this was normal mode, and I really, really should have gotten everybody to the end. I made a stupid decision with Barbara. I accidentally moved her back to the sunroom from the craft room, and when I had already gotten the warning that she was in dire straits. She had no ammo left. And so, yeah. But I did have to cut it out because there is an infection mechanism mechanic that I didn't want you to see. So that's the playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that if you haven't decided to play this yet, that you'll consider pledging. You got less than 20 hours left. Thanks for watching, everyone.